Hello again everyone, Ageofdune here, and we're back with another League of Legends sort of gameplay video. I'm not going to be doing it while playing this time, as I didn't I didn't want to wait to play until I had time, until it was time to record. So I actually played this with Kynreuten. It was the second game of my promotion series. The first game I was Ashe. I actually got 80 carry. I have played Ashe once in an ARAM. So let's just say that game wasn't great. I got the crap carried out of me. I didn't feed or anything. I got, I think, 2 deaths total. But, you know, I had 60 CS, 67 CS, I believe, at 20 minutes. Which, you know, not so good. But by that time, I was actually doing pretty well with her and getting CS regularly when Morgana didn't take it. She was my support, but honestly I didn't care that she took it because she was bloody good and she was one of the 2 carrying me. I had her and Fiddle, so I ended up winning that game. So the first game of the promotion series is done, and this is actually the second game, and I wanted to go ahead and show this one to you guys. Not quite as embarrassing as the other one was. So as of course you know, we were, like I said, I was in promotion series. In this particular one, I'm actually down here. Mundo pinged here. So we decided to go ahead, come in this bush, and possibly do a little bit of an invade. They don't know about it. Lucian is actually over here. And as you can see, he's kind of on his way over. And we see him now, and yeah, I immediately stun. He gets slowed by the cleaver, jumps away using that, which gets rid of the cleaver, and then he flashes over the wall there. So he did actually escape that, and that told us it was probably time to get out. Apparently, they actually invaded us, which I did not know when I was playing. Even after getting that far, I didn't notice. But I'm going to be mostly concentrating on me. It's not going to be like a normal shoutcast. I know I've done this before, but it's been a very long time. So for those of you who don't know, whenever I do it this method, I tend to just kind of keep it on me most of the time and, you know, talk about what was going on at the time. Don't worry, most of the time, my videos will still continue to be me playing. But for this one, I just wanted to show you guys this game because I enjoyed it. And next season, I'll definitely start worrying about making sure you guys see every promotion game. Because it's the preseason, I wasn't all that concerned. But like I said, when it comes to next season, I'll go ahead and make absolutely certain that you guys get to see all the promotion series games. I may end up, under the circumstances like this, where I want to go ahead and play, but it's not time to record. I may actually end up going ahead and live streaming it, and then I can go ahead and link you guys to the Twitch video. But we'll see. We'll see, because at that time, hopefully I'll have a bigger I'll have an external hard drive that I can save my videos to. So right now, I'm kind of running a bit low on space. And I do have intentions of getting a external hard drive so I can export my old videos to it, and I won't be out of space. So until then, though, I'm a little bit low. Right, so there we go. I went ahead and stunned the Janna as she was a little out of position, and she took a lot of damage from that. We definitely came out ahead in that little trade. She came up to do a little bit of harass, but that's very dangerous to do to Taric. And if you notice, I did, you know, I'm using my Targons as it's available, and doing my best there. And right here, I'm noticing that Lucian is continuously getting pretty far up. So I was thinking about going in on him. And as well as using my Targons, obviously. And there we go. Jinx got hit by a tornado there. I stunned Lucian, but unfortunately Jinx did indeed get blocked by the minions there. So that ended up giving first blood to Lucian, which is never a good thing when your enemy gets first blood. But I knew that if I went back, they would get damage on the tower, and we'd end up losing quite a bit from it. So I went ahead and just stuck around here. I was at full health anyway, so I wasn't really concerned. Took a little bit of harass there from Janna. Nothing too huge or anything. But, you know, just a little bit. And I tried to get some CS, although it's a little hard to do when you've got 2 people harassing you. Jinx is on her way back down, so I knew I was pretty safe here. And I had my heal. So, even if, yeah, see, you see there, even if they do end up doing a decent amount of damage to me, I've got that heal, so I wasn't really too concerned. But Jinx is back into lane now, and that told us that, you know what, we are okay. she didn't lose too much out of that, and I ended up gaining a decent amount off of that, so it was alright. They stayed, and they're both decently low, which had us both kind of cocky, because we were like, yeah, we could take this. So, here we go. She puts down her traps there. I go ahead, stun the Janna. She goes in on the Janna. Down goes the Janna. Now we're going in on the Lucian. She does manage to hit him with her Q there, and he's getting really low. I tank the tower, and she manages to go ahead and take him out. So we just got her a double kill, and I believe at this point in time, she said in chat, well, I guess they shouldn't have stayed quite so long, huh? But indeed they did, and we ended up getting the double kill, which completely negated any advantage they'd gotten by getting that first blood. So it's now 1-2 overall, and 1-2 in our lane. By the way, we do have a Teemo top, which, of course, when I saw that, I frowned a little bit. Yeah, I saw Warwick coming in, and I was like, oh, I'm out. Ha, why? So, yeah, when I saw Teemo, I was kind of scared, because almost every time I've had a Teemo on my team, it has not gone well for Teemo, or for me. So, I was a little worried about it, but at the same time, I'm here, and Kynreuten here is mid, and as you guys know, he is my duo partner, and he's pretty darn good mid. He enjoys playing Fizz, and he's against Ahri. And honestly, I figured between the two of us, we'd probably be okay. Jinx got back down here. I am still back in the base, but she's getting a lot of harass off on them, which is actually kind of dangerous, given the fact that she is alone, and she actually took a lot of damage there. Got below half health. And in comes Warwick again, coming in on her. There we go. She knows he's there because of that scent of blood. So she's going to go ahead and go back under the tower. She's going to be fine. And plant a ward there, interestingly. I don't know if she was trying to ward over it or what. But I'm back in lane. I went ahead and healed her up. And we are ready to roll. I did my usual warding of dragon. And she did a little bit more harass down here. And taking a little bit of harass. There we go. There's the tornado. And I went ahead and stunned Lucian there. She managed to go ahead and do a decent amount of damage to Janna, and we did a decent amount to Lucian. Janna extended way too far here, so she's forced to flash out. The tornado manages to hit us, but I stunned her, and now we're going in on the Lucian here, and down goes the Jinx, but do I get him? No, he flashes over, and I do not manage to go ahead and get that. After all, Ahri's here. So I'm in a little bit of trouble. I'm now trying to escape. I go ahead and stun her, trying my best to get out, but I get hit by that love thing. I'm going to make it under the tower, though, and I do end up surviving it, which definitely had me kind of surprised after I got hit by the charm. But survive it I did, and I went ahead and stuck around the tower here for a little bit, and she went mid, immediately got hit by Fizz, took a bit of damage. Unfortunately, Teemo just died top. But she did manage to dodge that fish, so it was okay. So far, Teemo has only died once, though, so it was alright. And now Jinx is back in lane. I didn't have to worry about defending this tower anymore, so I went ahead and went back. As usual, I started with the Relic Shield, and on my first back, I had upgraded to Targon's Brace. And I had enough for Ruby Crystal. So now I went back again, and went ahead and purchased my Sightstone, because that's honestly ridiculously good. As, you know, from here on out, I don't have to buy wards whatsoever. And as soon as I did that, I went ahead and traded out my warding totem for a sweeping lens, because once you have the Sightstone, there's really no reason to keep the warding totem unless you're planning on eventually upgrading it to a pink totem. But I usually don't do that. I use the sweeping lens instead. Down here, she's taking a lot of harass again, but she's also doing a lot of harass. Fizz came down to help her. She used barrier. In goes the Fizz. Did a decent amount of damage there to the Lucian. There's the Ignite. He's trying his best to get out. I was not able to get here in time, but even still, Lucian was forced off of lane, so it ended up turning out okay. And, of course, I'm back in lane, which means I can go ahead and heal the Jinx up. And while Fish was down here, Mundo, thankfully, actually went ahead and went mid to go ahead and defend that tower, which is great. So we're back there. She's really low. Got hit by another tornado, but that's okay, as I do have those heals, and I can go ahead and get her back up to full health. And I was just kind of zoning off Lucian at this point in time. He was so low that I probably would have been able to kill him had I landed a stun. Unfortunately, I didn't, and I was pinged back, but I really wasn't going to do anything anyway. And she comes out with her ulti and just one-shots him anyway, and I said, you know what, let's go for this. In we go on Janna, and Janna goes down. I tank the tower for a little bit, but it really doesn't take too long, and I end up escaping that with actually pretty good health there. So we do some damage to the tower, and we were actually pretty darn happy with this. Already, we, as a bot lane, have 5 kills and only 2 deaths. And all of them were on Jinx, which is amazing when you get your AD carry. 5 kills this early in the game. We got the tower, which got her even more gold. And all in all, we are just really pleased with the way this is going. So we went ahead and pinged up Dragon. We said, well, hey, why not? Unfortunately, Lee Sin managed to just go ahead and take down the Mundo top. And Lee Sin's getting somewhat dangerous. I mean, he's only 2-0 at the moment. But really, a lot of times you don't want Lee Sin to get that early game farm. Because, you know, he is an early game champion. It helps him snowball really well early game. And usually when he starts getting that farm, he'll go ahead and just capitalize on it and get even more. So Jinx and I just kind of sit here alternating on the dragon. And we do end up getting it down. Nobody's even coming, so that is a free dragon for us. We had no problem. Both of us got low, but we were planning on going back anyway, so it didn't really matter. On the other hand, I realized that they were pushing really hard, so I did actually decide to go ahead and stick around for a little bit. I came down to the tower. I am really low on life, but I knew I have that heal, and the cooldown's up pretty soon, and I'm ridiculously tanky, so I wasn't too concerned. They're also not exactly a dive comp. I mean, you've got the Lucian ulti, but as long as I stick behind minions, I knew I was going to be okay. Took a little bit of damage there, but I've still got that heal. Mundo came down to help me, which I was very grateful for. I had pinged for it, and thankfully he responded, which meant that there was no chance of them diving us here. Had Warwick come, there might have been a chance, but even still, I kind of doubted it. So I knew that we were going to be pretty good, and I was able to go ahead and give him a couple stacks of my Targuns. And now, Jinx is back, and we are ready to go. Got hit by another tornado. I'm still pretty low here, so I was a little leery, but at the same time, you know, been getting a lot of kills, so I was actually kind of cocky. I saw them place that ward, so I went ahead and used my ward clear to go ahead and get rid of it. And we're just getting a little bit here. Nothing too huge. He got hit by the trap though, so I went in, used my ulti there, and there we go. He comes out with his ulti. I kited that and then flashed it over, so I was able to dodge that. Janna's just about dead. Down she goes. Now Lucian's going in on Jinx, trying to get her. I healed her up. She flashed in the bush, and he ended up going down, and she escaped with 58 HP. So yet again, we come out way ahead, and I actually didn't lose much health at all overall. But I was able to keep Jinx up through that, and that was great. One auto attack. Had one auto attack hit before my heal hit, she would have been dead. But fortunately, I was able to make sure that didn't happen. And now I've got Face of the Mountain and Boots of Speed, as well as my Sightstone that I acquired a while ago. In the mid lane, as you notice, we've got a 1-0-0 Fizz. Nothing too terrible, not bad at all. It's actually quite good. I'm going to go ahead and put everybody in their place. Realized I should have done that anyway. Alright. So, if you notice, Jinx is actually at 46 CS versus 61 for Lucian, which I actually didn't realize, but she's 722, which means she's definitely a bit better off. If we look at the gold totals here, by this point in time, she's at 5,100 and he's at 3,700. He is way behind her at this point. She's already got a Bloodthirster and Berserker's Greaves, as well as that Doran's, and all he's got is Berserker's Greaves, Longsword, BF Sword, and Doran's. So he is way behind her here. And that is great news for us. And I'm actually quite ahead of Janna as well. She's got Frostfang and an Amplifying Tome as well as Boots. Whereas I've got way more. We saw Warwick come in, so I went ahead and stunned him here. And actually, I made the decision to go ahead and chase. Might not have been my best decision. Down comes the Ahri. And around this time is where we realized that this might have been a bad idea on our part. She did miss her love thing, though. Her charm. But unfortunately, in came Lucian, managed to go ahead and shut down that Jinx. And that's when I realized that I made a very bad decision. I went down as well. Fizz was able to take down Ahri, but unfortunately, they got 2 of us so far, and they're going in on Mundo as well. And Mundo does indeed end up going down. Now Fizz goes in, tries to take down the Warwick. Unfortunately, the Warwick was far enough away that that was not going to happen. So now he's getting low, and down he goes too. So that was a triple kill for Lucian there, and he is now 5-3-1. which has him mostly caught up, although he is still behind Jinx. But CS, thanks to CS, he's getting a whole lot closer. Actually, they're actually pretty much tied after that little fight. And that was definitely, in large part, my fault. I made the decision to go ahead and chase. She was going to go ahead and fall back, and that ended up getting us killed. So I did regret that one quite a bit. But, you know, it happens. I make mistakes. And, oh, she hit that Q, though. And Janna was forced to ulti there to survive. She uses barrier, and she does not get out. And now, unfortunately, Lucian's on a rampage, and that puts him in the lead. So as you can see here, our early game lead there massively turned around. Up top, the Lee Sin is still 2-0-1, or 2-0-0, sorry. So that's also not good for us. So all around, all lanes are not looking too great anymore. I mean, yeah, Jinx is still ahead by 1 kill, but unfortunately she's also ahead by 1 death. And now we hear that Lee Sin is on a killing spree, which is also terrible news for us. Not at all something we want to hear. Now, Fizz got really low, but he did manage to go ahead and take down the Ahri, but now Lee Sin managed to go ahead and take down our tower as well. So that was bad news for us. I'm down here farming up here. I'm actually at 30 CS versus 9 for Janna. So that definitely puts a lot more gold on me. As you can see here, I mean, I've got my boots 2 already. She still doesn't even have Sightstone. In fact, I'm not even sure she went Sightstone, which is a terrible decision on her part. But I don't know if she did or not. Unfortunately, Warwick was able to go ahead and take down the Fizz, and we are pushing. I've got wards in the jungle, but we're still fairly scared. But we went ahead and went in on the tower, did a little bit of damage to it here. She was forced back because she did some damage to the Janna, but we weren't able to do too much. And there we go. She puts down her little chompers there, and now in comes the Ahri. I went ahead and stunned the Ahri. She missed her charm anyway, so now we're doing our best to get out of this. I went ahead and ultied so we'd take less damage, and I went ahead and walked this way so that Jinx could escape. They are chasing me, and now the Mundo... Oh, never mind, just kidding. I flashed over the wall. That's right. I got them to chase me, and then just said, I'm out. Unfortunately, Lee Sin got another kill, and he is now on a rampage. And that's not good news at all for us. So, Mundo's down here, got a cleaver off on them, and unfortunately Jinx got hit by a tornado. Nothing too huge. Fizz is going to go in on the Lee Sin, try to take him out, hopefully, if at all possible. But Jinx and I decided that it was probably best for us to go ahead and go mid, as that's a whole lot safer tower to push than it is down bottom at the moment, with tower being so massively extended. They come in, they're going in on our tower. I kind of stayed a little bit too long, but it was okay. I did not end up going down. And there's the Janna ulti healing them up just a little bit. And in comes the Fizz, gonna go ahead, land that on Janna. Janna gets pretty low, but unfortunately down goes the Fizz. I went ahead and ultied here, so my whole team took less damage. Jinx flashes out, so far it is just a 1 for 0 instead of a 3 for 0. And we do end up escaping this. Unfortunately, Lee Sin got another tower top, and that's really not looking good for us at all. The plus side, that hit and did a lot of damage to Janna, which is going to force her back, but we did not manage to kill her. I think I actually stunned a minion there, which was a terrible mistake on my part. Lee Sin's hanging around here. Oh, stop. And I know he's here, so I'm here to stun him if possible. And he comes over. He knows I'm here, so he went ahead and cast his... Actually, no, I stunned him there. And he cast his Q on me. Managed to hit it. He came in, finished me off, and then he flashed out. He went through the tower, though, and survived it. But unfortunately, he came to the second tower and ended up going down to Teemo, amusingly. Which means that Teemo gets all that shutdown gold, and Teemo is now worth money, which had me kind of scared. But, you know, it happens. The blue team is currently ahead of us by 3 kills, which, you know, not usually a good thing. Not at all. And fortunately, we look at the stuff here. Well, actually, no, she's definitely behind. He's got the pickaxe and the longsword there, where she has Doran's blade. So, yeah, she's definitely still behind, but not nearly as far behind as he was when we threw. Lots of back pings here on Janna saying, watch out. And she does indeed fall back. But Jinx and Fish are here. She sees her. Lands that Q to slow the Janna down. Janna lands that tornado. But in comes Fizz. Going in on her. Jumps to her. And down she goes. The ulti comes out from Warwick, which is not his best decision. Fish comes out, and he goes down as well, and that is a double kill for us. So that puts us back in the game, and that is great. Lucian's coming down. We know he's coming down. I went ahead and warded up there. He jumped over, instantly murdered Fizz. I went ahead and stunned him, though, and we were able to go ahead and take him out with Jinx. So that ended up being okay. And now we're on the run from Ahri and Lucian, as we don't want to go down again. Teemo's up top, going to go ahead and probably push down that tower. I'm not altogether certain. But I went ahead and healed us up, checked for wards, and there are none, because Janna does not have a Sightstone, which I didn't even notice in the game. But that gives us the opportunity to go ahead and go in on Dragon again. Lucian's on his way up, and he warded it, but we've got Mundo too, so we knew we were okay. So we went ahead, continued on with it, and we ended up getting it with no problem whatsoever. That is our second dragon of the game. We are still behind in gold, but not terribly. Right, so we went back down bottom. I had Targon stacks so I could give to her. There we go. I think I still had one. Yep, still had one more. Yeah, they're pushing mid pretty hard here, so that told us, yeah, we probably need to go ahead and go up there. And we do indeed. Mundo and Fizz are up there, but we're on our way. Ahri landed on Teemo. Teemo took a lot of damage, but did not end up going down. She's ulting after him, but he does... I'm not sure if he escapes this or not. He still escaped. No, he does end up going down, but that pulled them way out of position, so we're coming in a little bit here. And I waited in that bush, did not know it was warded. In they go. Gets shunted back by the Janna. Out comes my ulti. We're going in now. Out comes the fish. Manages to land on Janna. She goes down. I stunned, I think, somebody in there. I heard it hit. Down goes the Warwick as well. Lee Sin killed me, unfortunately. Jinx goes down as well. And Fizz manages to take down the Ahri. Mundo is up. Fish is up. Mundo goes down to Lucian. And Fizz goes ahead and flashes over that wall. And he's running away. I think Lee Sin knew it. So he came and followed this way. And Fizz said, I'm going to try my best to escape this. But it does not end up happening, I believe. And yeah, down goes Fizz. So that was a 5 for, I think, 3. Not the best thing for us again. We are now about 2.2k behind. That's, you know, very unfortunate. But on the plus side, I do have my Frozen Heart. I saw that Lee Sin was fed and Lucian was fed now. So I knew that those were the best decisions. I came in here, by the way, to try to save the Teemo. Doesn't happen. And in comes the Jinx, though. And now Lee Sin knows he's in trouble. Got cleavered, and he just goes down to Jinx. And she gets the shutdown gold, which is great. But yeah, I saw that Lee Sin and Lucian were the massively fed ones on their team. And both of them are heavy AD damage. So naturally, I went ahead, went for that Frozen Heart, get me that armor, and I knew that would make me much tankier. And I actually did manage to use my Face of the Mountain multiple times in this game, which I'm very proud of. That's always something of a problem for me, actually using my activatable items. I tend to forget them. Although I'm getting better at it now. But I still have my mistakes. And Janna's continuing to push here. She's going to go ahead, push to the tower. Out comes the Jinx ult. It's on the way down. Manages to hit her. Does a decent amount of damage to her. And clears out some of the minions here. And it does force her back temporarily. I'm mid now. I'm just kind of defending my allies here. And we're going to go ahead and fall back for the moment. I'm just following Fizz around. As Jinx does not need me. She's under the tower. She's safe. And Warwick goes off. I think he went to go check out Dragon, which is not there, so he's sad. Actually, no, I think they checked that out a while ago, so I'm not sure why he did that. But he's coming up here. We saw him with something. I don't even know what we saw him with. But the cleaver lands. I go ahead and stun him. He gets slowed by Jinx. He's now trying to escape this. Getting low already. I make it into the bush first, so he can't escape. And down he goes. Can't escape by, you know, us losing vision. Down he goes. And that puts us back in a 4 versus 5 situation, so we know we can win team fights. We go ahead, come on up here to go ahead and take down this tower. I decide I'm going to go ahead and tank this, use my ulti here, taking a decent amount of damage, but then I've got that heal, which, by the way, with his passive is kind of insane. I realized that pretty much in this game, because that passive means that I'm getting to cast that heal so often. It's kind of amazing, really. And we ended up getting Ahri for that as well, thanks to that very nicely threaded Jinx ult. I really did like this Jinx. She was pretty good. I really liked that play earlier, where I was dodging his ulti there and then flash over it. Yeah, that was great. That one made me feel really good. Unfortunately, she decided to go back here, which meant that she ended up dying. Wait, nope, just kidding. She flashed. And in comes the Lucian. She dodges his Q. And Lucian's actually taking a decent amount of damage from Fizz here, which means Fizz is now on the run. Down he goes, unfortunately. So that ended up just getting him killed, and Lucian did end up surviving that. But it does mean that Jinx escaped, so that's good, I guess. Could have been better had Fizz not died, but I wasn't able to get there in time to help him, and neither was anybody else, really. And, you know, this guy's pretty darn fed, which is not a good news. Not good news for us at all. He is currently 11-3-2. Only 5 of that was Teemo, but, I mean, even still, that's a pretty high number there. And he did some damage there. Took some damage from Jinx. Nothing too huge, though. She did some damage to the Janna as well. That was my phone, by the way. There is no Nocturne in this game. Apparently somebody has added me to their circles. Yay for Google+. Alright. Sorry about that. I did that one to try to freak people out. Anybody around me suddenly hears that. I can see who's a League player, you know? See who flinches. I have actually seen a Reddit thread about that. Somebody extracted a lot of the files, a lot of the sounds. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Fizz went in, doing a lot of damage there to Ahri, baited them into staying, and out comes the fish ult from him, and I managed to stun the Lucian there just before he could flash over. I believe he had flash, yeah. No, he didn't have flash, but I don't know, maybe he was planning on jumping over. But the Q from Jinx landed on Warwick. He was getting low. I went ahead and stunned. Out comes the Teemo flash, interestingly, and we're getting him pretty low. I warded badly. Very poorly indeed. And she misses her Q again, and we go ahead. The back ping comes out, so we're going to go ahead and fall back. But yeah, I saw a thread that had a whole bunch of sound files from League, including the tower has locked onto you, run, you fool sound, which is kind of awesome. The fling! So they were saying that that one's a really fun one to mess with people with as well. Because, you know, it's a pretty common reaction from League players to flinch like crazy when that thing goes off. But we did manage to get another dragon here, and yet again, we're mostly caught up in gold. I went ahead and stunned Lucian, as he is the most fed one on their team, and Lucian wasn't here at all. So I knew it was okay for us to do that, and we're going to go ahead and fall back, though. On the plus side, this thing has a ridiculously low cooldown, especially when paired with the passive, which every time I attack reduces all of my cooldowns by 2 seconds. Used to, that only worked with just the imbue, I believe. But I did get hit with his Q there. I went ahead and stunned him, and he got hit by the... Oh, he missed the fish. In comes the Warwick, though, ulting that Fizz, and the Fizz went ahead and used his Zhonya's. So far, nobody down, but down goes the Jinx. I'm getting low as well. I went ahead and healed up there, though. Got hit by that ulti, but I was able to lead them off a little bit so that hopefully Mundo could escape. It is Mundo as well, so I mean, he's pretty darn tanky anyway. So I wasn't too concerned about him going down. The Lucian comes in, and there's the Ignite, which means Mundo does end up going down. And that means they're going to go ahead and take down our tower, as there are 2 members of our team left, and all 5 of them are currently up. Not looking too good for us. Down goes our inhib, and that means they're going to go ahead and fall back. They just did a lot of damage to us very quickly. We are currently 4 kills behind. Oh, out comes the ulti. Doesn't hit anything. That thing's kind of cool looking, though. Whee! Yeah. And it has a pretty cool name. Super Mega Death Rocket. With an exclamation point. And all caps. But we figured they were going in on Baron here, so we went ahead, started walking over this way, and they started back pinging because they knew we were here. I put up my ward, and that, yeah, they definitely fell back there. Knew that was a good idea. But we were now here, and they had to fall back, so I went ahead and swept for wards. They had none, and I believe we just had to go ahead and go in on this. With them falling back, we saw Ahri down bottom. We knew if they did come at us, it would be a 4 versus 5. So we warded up around here. I warded somewhat down there. There's the hit there from Lee Sin, and they know we're around, but we went ahead and went in on Baron now. Lee Sin was unfortunately for them going off into their jungle. Ahri was still bot, and that gave us the perfect opportunity. I ultied, as you know, like I said, short cooldown, reduces the damage we take, and, you know, all in all, just a very great spell. So that thing's going down fast. Lee Sin's now on his way back up, but unfortunately, we just got the dragon. So they're in a little bit of trouble now. Up comes the Lee Sin, gets picked up by our ward, doesn't get hit by the cleaver, doesn't get hit by that, manages to escape both. But we got Baron, and we are still behind in gold, but not as far behind. And now we've got that buff, which in some ways lends us gold equivalent for a lot of stats. But we're going to go ahead. Some of us are going to head back because, yeah, the minions are going in on our towers here, which means we had to go defend that. But they came in on us, and Janna almost died there. Jinx took a lot of damage there from the ulti. She's going in on the Warwick. I went ahead and healed her up, and now she's managing to take him down fast. Now she went on the Lucian. Lucian's getting low. I'm chasing a little bit there. Super Mega Deathlock just barely misses the Janna. Mundo is chasing like crazy. Out comes the Jinx again. Manages to take down the Janna with a Q. I didn't even notice that. And now we are still here. Fizz went ahead, managed to get rid of all those minions there. So all four of us are here, and we're actually okay. At least Sam managed to land the Q there on the Jinx, though. But it was okay, because he didn't follow through. And I have that heal, so I brought her back up to full. And now we have vision of him, so we know he's there. Cleaver from him, and I went ahead and warded up that bush. And they didn't get to take it, which I kind of snickered at. I thought that was pretty funny. And out comes the fish ulti. Down goes the Lucian. The Ahri's getting really low. And I think we decided to go ahead and go for the tower here. I have my ulti up, and I am pretty darn tanky at the moment. So yeah, in on the tower we go, and it is going down really fast here. The charm comes out on Jinx, but she manages to flash out. And we're getting everybody really low, on both teams, actually. Lee Sin followed Fizz there, but did not end up getting him, thanks to that ability there. But Fizz goes in, the mushroom hits him, but unfortunately he did manage to get the Fizz before he died. Warwick's on the chase for Jinx, who says, yeah, I don't even care. Manages to take him out, and now two of them are dead versus one of us. So that has definitely put us back in the game. We're tied for kills, and we're up on gold because we got dragons and we got Baron. So that is great for us. If we look at my items here, I already have the Giant's Belt and Chain Vest. As you can probably guess, I was going for Sunfire Cape. I knew that armor was the biggest thing I needed in this game. Besides armor, I didn't really need too much. Ahri wasn't doing that much damage, so I wanted to get that armor. By the way, yes, I stole those minions, but it wasn't really a steal because I've got Targons, or Face of the Mountain now, which gave it all to Mundo anyway. So I just used up 3 of my stacks there instantaneously, which I like. I've already got 2 again, though. I went ahead and went back, and there we go. There's my Sunfire Cape. I've got a lot of armor. It's going to take a lot to kill me. I like my assists here, too. 23 assists. There we go. I also went ahead, upgraded my boots and mobility to have the Home Guard enchant, and I was ready to go. Actually, I'm not sure what I'm sitting around here for. I think I was waiting for something. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was waiting for the gold. No, I was debating on what I wanted, and I decided on another Giant's Belt. Get me that more health. Great stuff. And apparently they went in on Dragon here. I kind of remember this. Oh, yes, I do remember this. They went in on Dragon, and I knew the Dragon was up, so I wanted to go ahead and come down here and ward it. Unfortunately, hi guys, she slowed me down, punted me up with the tornado. Jinx tried to save me. I'm going to go ahead and run this way now. I'm going to try to escape this. I've got my ulti running, so I take massively reduced damage. Out comes the ulti from him. I am still running away, bringing them into my minions, but I ended up going down to Lucian, and that was pretty unfortunate. And I didn't even get a ward. I was kind of depressed for that. So now I'm dead for the next 40 seconds, which definitely gives them a power play here. And they wisely decided to take advantage of it. They're coming in on our tower here, and they're getting ready to go for it. Just taking a little bit of damage there from the Jinx with that Q. Jinx was really good with her Qs. I was pretty impressed. Doesn't hit every one, obviously, but I mean, she hits a lot of them. And she was just all around a really good Jinx. But I'm up in 20. I knew, they were going to have a little bit of a tough time. They decided to go ahead and defend the tower here. Janna gets hit by the traps there and took a lot of damage for it, too. And unfortunately for Ahri, she missed yet another one of her charms. Luckily, Luckily, Jinx was a lot better with skill shots than was the Ahri. And she took more damage there from the Q of Jinx, and out comes Super Mega Death Rocket and insta-bursts down the remainder of Ahri's health. She dies. Janna's trying to get out now. Fish comes out, doesn't hit anything. And Warwick came in, ultied somebody. Down goes the Warwick, though. He actually ultied, I think, Fizz. But we managed to take him down. Then we took Janna down because she came in to try to help. And we took Lucian down. So now there are 5 of us up. And Fizz is being forced to go ahead and head back because he's pretty low. He really can't do anything with us. But we're going to go ahead and push this. As all of us were down here, we decided to go ahead, come and push this mid lane. No minions here, but I didn't care. I am Taric. Actually, she decided to take it for a little bit, but I went ahead and tanked it after that. And if you look at my health, it's really amusing. I actually am continuing to tank it. Down it went. I took a decent amount of damage there, but not too much. Down goes the Lucian, and we're just continuing to push. I'm at a quarter health, but here we go. I'm going to take another tower here, start taking the damage. Ulti comes out. I take a lot less damage, heal myself up, and manage to stun the Ahri there. Down goes another tower, and I'm still over half health. So we're going to go in, going to go ahead and take down the Warwick. Try to. My stun comes out. He does not. Oh, he does go down thanks to Super Mega Death Rocket. And we managed to take down the inhib as well. Fizz was pushing mid through all this because he had to go back and heal, so he figured why not. And minions are at the tower, so that meant we were going to go ahead and take this down. He didn't actually go back. He went ahead and pushed this because he knew it was safe. And I just tanked that entire Lucian ulti with absolutely no problem, which was kind of fun. Unfortunately, Fizz ended up dying there thanks to Ahri. And I'm getting pretty low because of the towers. Not dead yet, getting low, but there's my heal, so I'm going to survive here. And I am just going to walk out. Mundo's going to go ahead, just kind of taunt them back, make them leave me alone. And he's Mundo. He's tanky too. And there we go. I am going to go ahead and fall back here. As is Jinx and Teemo. Mundo's just going to counter jungle him. I just go over, say hi to Baron Pit. Now I go back. And I've got a lot of gold here. If we look, I'm at 222. Now I'm not, because I bought Randuin's Omen of my own. I mean, yeah, it doesn't stack with him, but honestly, if we use it one at a time, it ends up being alright. And it gets me that extra armor again, which again, that's what I've ended up having problems with. I need that armor because the biggest part of their damage is AD. So if you can stack the heck out of armor, that, and you've got to keep in mind that I'm Taric. So, I mean, my W scales off of armor. For one thing, I'm giving my allies a ton of armor because of this. Baron's back up, though, so we're going to go in on that. I'm giving my allies a ton of armor, and my shattered damage scales based off of that. So, maxing out armor for me is a great thing. And we are indeed going in on the Baron here. Janna warded, so they know we're here. But it's a little too late for that. I go ahead and ulti here, get us that extra attack speed. Actually, never mind. It does give them attack damage, though, and ability power. It used to give attack speed, I think, but it doesn't anymore. But it still gives them the armor and other bonuses. So we do manage to take stuff down faster, and we take less damage while doing it. And as you can see here, it's already down to 12 seconds because of auto attack since then. So the cooldown on it is such that I'm really not afraid of using it. And now I'm just going to go ahead and ward up again. Jinx is currently 18-6-8. She is 100% fully built. I was saying I was 100% fully built, but I forgot about the fact that you can upgrade Sightstone. You don't really need to anymore, early game at least, because, you know, you're just going to get extra health. You've got the charges. I mean, you've got... The active doesn't go up to 2 anymore. It goes up all the way. So, it's not important for that. Jinx just managed to go ahead and take down the Janna, by the way. But yeah, I tend to forget it. I flashed there to go ahead and get a stun off. Down goes the Ahri. I exhausted Lee Sin. He kicked us all away, but it doesn't really matter. Fish came out, and he goes down to Fizz. And that told us, hey, we should go ahead and push this. Mundo's in the lead. Oh yeah, we're just going to keep going. Yeah, but like I was saying, I completely forgot about that. I didn't even think about upgrading it. I had the gold too, but honestly, it's probably better that I didn't. When I was up there last, I didn't have the gold anyway. So we're going to go ahead and go in on the towers here. Down goes the first tower. going in on the second tower. That one goes down really fast as well, and that ends up being GG. So after this game, I actually did get promoted to Silver 2 again. So I am now back in Silver 2. I've played a few games since then. I think the game before this actually put Kynreuten into promotions. We won this one. The next 2 games we played, we lost, so that punted him back out of promotions. But we won the next one, so I'm now up to, I don't know, 20 LP or something. And he is back in promotions again. And we intend to play those later tonight. So hopefully we'll end up doing well tonight. And, I'll see you next time for another video that's with me actually playing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good night. Bye.